Take Podcast with Adam, Alex, and Steph. How you doing tonight, guys?
Hey.
Doing good.
Right. Well, we got some trailers to talk about tonight, and I did want to make a correction to what I said last week. I called it the Dixie West. It's actually known as the Dixie Alley, where Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, all of that is, and it's not part of the Midwest, technically, apparently. I don't know. But in any case, I was wrong, and I admit it. And I'm moving on from that.
Much like the Superman on your shirt.
Yeah.
You are a good man.
I've got a lot of self-reflection to do over it. I'll have to talk to my therapist about it on Thursday, but it'll be okay.
How'd she react to the whole ghost thing last week?
Yeah. So I talked to her briefly about it, and I said, hey, so I had this psychic medium come on the show, and she said that some of my anxiety issues, my panic attacks, could be because ghosts near me. And my therapist looked at me like I was insane and said, well, that's probably not what's going on. It's more than likely you have these triggering anxiety, probably high blood pressure. She's like, but I highly doubt that it's ghosts. And I said, all right, whatever. And she's like, but she said there could be a spiritual aspect to it in the sense of like mortality, fear, things like that could be bringing it on. So I said, okay. I was like, I get it. So there is something to it, but not exactly ghosts.
She has a monetary incentive to make you think that it's in your head and not in the spirit realm. Just saying.
I have a serious question. Has she told you that you should probably stop with the podcast because you're coming to her with crazy ideas? I'm just curious, because if I were a therapist and I was like, listen, on my podcast, I did this and this is why this is, I'd be like, maybe you should stop with the podcast.
No, actually she highly encourages it. She thinks that it's a good outlet for me. She thinks it's a good way for me to socialize outside of my family, but she actually highly encourages me to be on here.
Here you are with 1/3 of your family. 1/3 of us is your family.
That's true. But in any case, she does think it's a good hobby for me. It's a great way for me to relieve some stress and do something other than work and family life. So
yeah.
Well, what I did
talk about trailers.
Yeah. And what I will say is I think you relieved some stress this weekend when you took out your blowtorch and killed some weeds, which if you guys have not seen our Instagram post about it, it actually was very, very America. That's what I thought.
So America.
I got that for Christmas, and obviously because of the winters here in Chicago, I haven't had a chance to use it. So the other day when I got done mowing the lawn, I said, you know what? It's time to burn some weeds in a certain way.
Some weeds.
Yeah.
Wait, you say, hey,
yeah,
you didn't use it during the winter? I would have done a driveway with that bad boy.
I didn't. By the time I got it, we weren't really having that too much snow, so I didn't really bother with it. Next year I might, but I mean, thing kicks out a lot more heat than I was expecting it to. I mean, that thing. And it was during broad daylight, so in the video you can't really see the flame too much. But I'm like, once I get to a point where it's like a little bit darker out, I'm gonna like light that shit up and see exactly how it goes. And I'm gonna have so much fun with it.
Now, is it propane fueled?
Yes. So I got the little propane burner tanks.
So what I'm gonna say selfishly is that I want everybody to go out and buy one of these and buy a bunch of propane because I have stock in propane. So please,
you are the Hank Hill of this show, Stephanie.
Propane.
I'm stuck in a crowd, so I have some propane and propane accessories. Damn it, Adam.
My propane was doing really well during COVID. I kicked it up because I bought a bunch more shares because I'm like, working in bars, everybody had to sit on the patios and you had to use those propane torches or whatever, the space heaters. So I was like,
lamps, yeah.
I literally was like, purchase.
Well, and everybody was grilling every day because they were home.
Yeah, I really should have cashed out earlier, but I don't know how to do stock. So if anybody out there knows how, please help.
Do you own stocks? Are you like a stock person?
Yeah, I've got a bunch. I haven't checked on them in a minute, but during COVID, I kind of got into it and I purchased a bunch of airline stock because I knew eventually everybody would start traveling again. Propane.
Hopefully not Spirit.
No,
Yeah.
no, because I've flown Spirit and I couldn't do that to myself. I knew how bad it was. No, but I did. I kind of got into it, and I'm on Robinhood, so I'd be like, all right, what makes sense here? Uh, the problem is I'm not great at trading and keeping up with it, so it's like I'll check it every 2 months, and then I'm like, oh fuck, that's not a good thing. But you know, whatever.
Sure. There was an app I had for a little bit because I was trying to figure out how to do stocks. I wish I could remember the name of it, but
Acorns.
no. So it let you do like a practice. Like it used real trade, you fake money, real um stats and everything of what's going on. And I was like, all right, I'll start with $100 and see what I can do with it. And I'd buy something and I'd watch it for a few days, and I just kept losing my fake money. And I was like, this is not for me.
It's kind of how I feel in Monopoly.
Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
But I guess AI now is telling people how to trade stocks.
I mean, that and there's a lot more. Did you see that John Oliver? It wasn't maybe last week. It might have been last week, but they were going. Oh no, last week was Chat GPT. The week before they talked about like Kalshi and all of those other betting sites.
Hmm.
No,
I mean, there's people can bet on anything. Like you can bet. People did bet on when the Iran war started.
really?
And yeah, like 7 people made a shitload of money by guessing exactly when it started, and they're all anonymous. So,
Sus.
yeah, like people can bet on anything now, but you can control anything now too. So, like, there's people who are inside the government who know when something's about to happen, and they'll just
Yeah.
place an anonymous bet on it, and fuck,
Well,
like,
And
look
yet,
at
it's too
football.
easy.
Yeah,
yeah,
look at the
Yeah,
football bets. Like Vegas is like, all right, what's happening with this line? Okay, everybody's betting for the Bears to win, right? And they're playing against some like shit team, so everybody's betting on them. And then somehow the Titans, and I hate saying that because I am a Titans fan,
you are a
come
Titans
out
fan.
and beat the Bears. And it's like, that wasn't supposed to happen. I think that the NFL is rigged.
probably.
I
Um,
think that they shave points. I think that they find ways to make the people with money will always find ways to keep making money because they're the ones who make the rules for how to make money.
yeah. No, there's some interesting threads on that kind of thing, like the fear politics, using fear to control the markets and knowing that they'll swing back the other way once the fear calms down. But like
Sure.
everybody sells, and it makes it really cheap. And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're like, no, everything's fine, and then boom, it shoots back up, and they've bought all the stock. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
and there
Certain
was
high-ranking people are making quite a lot of money. Certain high-ranking families are
mm,
making a lot of money off of
yes.
this.
Yeah.
Right, and then we arrested a few soldiers the other day because they were insider trading, technically. I don't know, bullshit.
Yeah, right. Well,
I you know,
keep the population scared and they're much easier to manage,
right.
as you said, fear.
Can't have everybody making money.
But
No.
hey, that's a good thing though, because now that I'm single again, that's one of my selling points. Yes, I'm old. Yes, I'm divorced, but I don't online gamble.
There you go.
You
You're
know,
already ahead of
I'm
95% of men.
yeah.
it's
That is
crazy.
that is going
It's
to be such an albatross around the neck of our generation.
it is crazy how easy it is to bet through your phone, to just put your credit card in, bet through a
Mhm.
phone, and it's absolutely insane. And it's like it almost makes me uncomfortable because there's a lot of people who don't know how to control that impulse. And they
Mhm.
put up their little message, hey, if you got a gambling problem, call this number. But like, dude, like how many people are actually going to call that number? You just put it used to be you had to go to a casino, you had to go to an off-track betting, you had to go somewhere to actually
Yeah,
do
it
it. The
took an
physical,
effort.
yeah, the physical act of doing it deterred a lot of people from losing a bunch of money. But like some friends of mine down the street, every time football season comes around, they're sitting there talking about all the different things that they're betting on, and I'm like, you
That's
guys, like,
me.
save your money, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but think about it now. Chicago's legalizing having gambling machines, like
Yeah.
they're going to be in
The slot
bars.
machines are everywhere.
Slot machines, thank you. I was like, what is that? So, but there's a difference. So there's ones that are in right now that are about to become illegal and it's like the bar pays it out or they do, some of them have kiosks, I don't know, whatever. But they're going to legalize because then Illinois can tax the bars on the winnings that they make. And think about it. You have a bunch of young 20-something dudes that love to gamble already. They're going to have easy access to the slot machines. Money is just going to be printed for these bars because I believe they keep like 40% of it or something like that. I can't remember. I worked in the industry for a little bit. But they're going to, I mean, they're going to rake it in because people love to gamble. It is a normal thing in America. And I mean, it goes way, 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 way back, right? Like probably to the cavemen. They're like, oh, let's bet, our women or something with
I would have gone
rocks.
with rocks, but there
Yeah.
Right?
you went
But
straight to trading of the women
human
stuff. I
trafficking,
mean,
yes. But
been watching too many of those
I
true crime
I
podcasts.
know. I have been. So it's been crazy. So my mind automatically goes to trading humans. Also, human trafficking is becoming like way more aggressive lately. You're seeing more and more stories coming out. So I'm just I'm going down that rabbit hole right now.
I've seen quite a few people getting picked up recently for and that's I don't think so much human trafficking, but the pedophilia and everything. I've been seeing a
Yeah.
lot more people. And I'm like
Yeah.
wondering what's changed that we've been grabbing so many of these people up. Like, and these people are not like, hey, he just turned 19 and he's hitting on a 16-year-old. These are like people who have been clearly doing this for a while. And I do think that there's some predictive algorithms going on with some of the AI stuff. And I think it's being employed and they're like able to track down what's happening a lot easier.
Very
But
little
maybe
of what people do online isn't able to be tracked.
right. So, you put it all together and like, great, great, get them off the street. That's wonderful. But
Sure.
yeah, I agree with you. I think there's been a lot of things going on with that, which is sad. It's terrible. And I hope that every single one of them gets arrested and thrown in jail for life.
I think a lot of it too is that it was so hush hush before. Like there's a lot of things that as we were growing up, you just don't talk about it. It's just there, but we don't talk about it. And now people are speaking out and telling their stories and they're like, "Oh, okay, we can talk about it." And I think it's becoming more vocalized. And so people aren't as afraid to talk about it and be um what's the word? Ostracized or like demonized for
Sure.
it, which is crazy because they're the victims. But now it's becoming like, okay, well, this happened to my friend down the street and I didn't realize it. And people are like, okay, we got to start doing something about this. Now, I had a girlfriend, she posted a story the other day. She travels all over. She has her own like travel company. She's a producer, she's a makeup artist, like she works in LA, but she travels all over and she said when she was in London, she was almost picked up by somebody for human trafficking. She got away. But then recently something else happened and she's like it's not just the 22-year-old dumb blonde hair, blue eyed girls that go to Europe on holiday. She's like, I'm 40. She's like, and I'm being picked up. She's like, so they're coming after all different uh races, ages, sizes. Like it's no longer
Sexist? I mean, I'm over 40 now. Are they going to come over after me?
Gotta
I
watch
mean,
out.
you
how
I've
guys
that
been
will
wearing tighter jeans recently.
you may get picked up, but I mean, I hope you don't.
I mean, I
but
don't want to, nor do I want
yeah,
anyone else to,
No,
but it's nice to be noticed.
that is
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
this is true.
I just, if someone comes by like, hey, you could get in this van, I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will smile as I walk away.
I
Well,
feel a
it's
little good about myself.
Thank you.
like that commercial I sent you guys today on Instagram that was from like what the 90s, I think, or
the
something.
the roller skating one.
Yes, I
Mhm.
don't know how I got on this algorithm or how it came into my Insta, but I wasn't mad about it. And I was just like, I gotta send this to you guys. I mean, I didn't know where that was going, but kids, if you want to stay off the drugs and stay away from being human trafficked, go roller skate in a roller rink.
Skate.
Apparently, that's how you stop it.
I'm not very good at roller skating, so.
Well, thank God
Or
you're
do
not
the
a kid.
skates help you get away from the human traffickers faster? But what if the human traffickers have skates? Then it's just an arms race.
This is true, but however, they probably wouldn't be allowed in the roller rink because they aged out.
That's true. That's true.
So it's a lot
They
of
do have to introduce themselves. It's kind of like Disney people. You know if they're coming. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
You're not trustworthy.
yeah, that is true. You don't want to mess with the Disney people. They're
hey, I'm
strange.
a Disney person.
Not
Yeah.
like not
Okay,
like
Disney
these.
men. There, I said it. Destroy me on the internet. Men of a certain age that are still really into Disney, I think you have a much higher chance of probably being not a great person. And I would take roller skates to get away from you.
Like,
It's
don't
not
get
that I
me.
don't like Disney. They've got
Yeah,
good stuff.
I was gonna say, like, I like Disney. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go hang out there. I want to go ride Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to do those things, but it's not my life. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have Disney on my walls, mostly because my Deadpool poster is not allowed to be hung in our bedroom.
Technically, that's Disney.
It's Disney now. I know.
But what the fuck isn't?
Yeah,
Technically, we're a
Yeah.
Disney podcast. I'm sure they own Riverside.
right. Yeah. I mean, Alien and Predator. Those are all Disney properties now.
And everything's Disney, man.
Everything is Disney, and it's like part of me is like I'm not that mad about it, but still the monopoly.
If it's not Disney, it's owned by the Ellisons.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got Disney and Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers, who knows what the hell's going on with that anymore. Supposedly Paramount's buying them because Netflix is back. I don't know. But
yeah, Paramount's going to buy them, and that is going to be a fucking mess because they're going to own CNN, they're going to own Warner Brothers, they're going to own DC, they're going to own everything. It is a
Looney
massive
Tunes.
conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It frightens me that one family can control that much media. Because, I mean, the problem is smart enough people, the three of us, some people, smart enough people can look at marketing and go, that's just fucking marketing. You're just selling me something. But there's such a large population, these same people who are betting on the fucking war, who are dumb enough to buy into whatever the talking box on the television tells them. And if
Yeah.
the one person in charge of that makes it all the one message, then fuck. It's not like they're getting any smarter.
Well,
No.
think about it. It's very similar to real estate right now, where Compass is acquiring all of the bigger holding companies. And so they're going to have monopoly
Mhm.
all across the board. And it's becoming, I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen, right? Like, we don't know what the end goal is or where it's going, but it's the same concept where you have one company that controls all the holding companies. And it's like, what are you trying to do? What's your end game here?
So
Sure.
I was going to say a couple of things that I've actually been watching recently. I've been doing deep dives into some different stuff, and one of them it has been a lot of AI. And there was this guy from Microsoft, a former Microsoft employee, who was pretty high up there. And I saw him talking, and one of the interesting things he said was that social media does not give you the news. It's not designed to give you the news. It's designed to give you the news that you want to see, which is what is influencing all of us. We
Sure.
feel a certain
People
way
get
about
siloed.
it. And so, somebody who's a Trump supporter is going to see positive things about Trump. Somebody who is an anti-Trump is going to see anti-Trump news. Like, so that's just how it works. And it kind of puts you off from being like, I don't trust anything anymore because they might just be feeding me what I want to see. And I mean, we've always kind of know that. It was just interesting when he said it out loud. It was like, you can't trust any news on social media. The
No,
other,
not at all.
and going back to what you were saying about the corporations that like hold everything, I've started diving into the broken healthcare side of things. Great podcast called Broken Healthcare, where they kind of talk about the insurance companies and how basically it's Blue Cross Blue Shield and United, right? And those are the two big ones. And they kind of snuff out the little guys all the time who are trying to actually make the difference. But it's like the sales incentives that they have for them. It's all these big bonuses. Meanwhile, they're jacking up prices in double digits every year. So it's really interesting to hear about, like, because they can, because they are the go-to people for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what can you
Can't
do?
stop them.
So,
Live out off on the grid.
mm-hmm.
Have a little farm somewhere in Idaho. Maybe just some rabbits. Do you want to
Yeah.
look at the rabbits, Adam?
I do want to look at the rabbits. You know what? After all the deep dive I've been doing into AI, I'm like, I kind of want to just disconnect and go live in the woods a little bit. I'll at least survive longer than the people in the metropolitan areas.
Yeah, you
once
got
the
some
robots
training.
take over.
Oh yeah. See, that's why you always stop the microwave at random intervals. Like, you put it in, if it says cook it for 5 minutes, you put it in for like 4:56. or 5:04, and then you also pull it out earlier because you want them to suspect you're a little crazy. So when the robots take over, they're like, this guy cooks popcorn at odd intervals.
I say a lot of please and thank yous to ChatGPT. I
Same.
make sure
Mhm.
that it knows I'm on your side.
Super courteous to
Keep me as your
ChatGPT.
keep me as your pet. It's okay. I'm all right with
Yeah.
it. But leave my family alone. I was nice to you. I'm just asking
Mhm.
for the same courtesy. But it
You
probably
just hope that
also,
they believe in karma.
it probably also is like, this motherfucker always asking me these dumbass questions. Just go open a book. It's probably like
Right.
mad
Robot
that I'm making
karma.
this. Yeah.
Robot
So
karma is a cool name for an album.
that is a cool name for an album. I like that. Robot Karma.
Robot
Yeah.
karma. Or karma robot? I don't know.
I like
Sounds like
Robot
that's
Karma.
Robot karma.
Yeah, I think it's a
RK.
better one.
Very nice. So we're going to talk about trailers tonight, right?
Yes. Yes.
Steph, you got something, right?
I sure do. So I am very excited. Practical Magic 2 dropped their trailer only a couple days ago, I think, because people started blowing me up because I love the original Practical Magic. It, I know it's cheesy. I'm aware, but it is something that all women love. We just love the magic and the romance that are involved. And I am very excited. They did a lot of callbacks in the trailer. Sandra Bullock has not aged, nor has Nicole Kidman. So I believe that they are truly witches. Stockard Channing looks the same. I am very, very, very pumped for how they're gonna do this. I know sequels, historically are never as great as the first movie, but I do have high hopes for it, and I feel like they knew what they were doing with the first one, and they're going or maybe not what they were doing, but that they're going to improve on it, especially now that the effects are more
Yes.
advanced.
They didn't try to reach too much with the first one. It
Right.
was a nice story. You had a good base. And that's one of those movies. You're totally right. That's one of those movies that women of our age demo always had that DVD. There was
Yep.
always a practical. I have seen the first 30 minutes of Practical Magic 100 times when I would
Mhm.
like go over to some, lady's house and
Yeah.
we'd have dinner at her place and,
Yeah.
oh, let's put on this. And next thing you know, I have to
Mhm.
leave because I didn't respect the over the bra rule. But I watched the first 30 minutes of Practical.
I loved I love that movie. My girlfriend in college and I, we were obsessed with it. We would watch it like every week just because we were so obsessed. And when she was going through her divorce, we would pop it on, we'd lay in her bed, just watch it. It just like it brought you back to maybe simpler times. And maybe it's the nostalgia of what was going on around us at that time
Mm-hmm.
that makes us love it. But I think it's you have magic. We all know I love witches. I say this every week. And for me, it was fun. I mean, did it get a little out there? Yeah, of course. But like whatever. It was a no-brainer movie that made you feel good in the end. The women prevailed and then they got to jump from the roof and fly. And midnight margaritas became a thing.
It was
So,
nice to have a female led movie that wasn't, oh, my man has done me wrong. It wasn't Fried Green Tomatoes or,
right.
uh, Steel Magnolias. Although, God, Steel
Ugh,
Magnolias,
such a great movie.
I will cry. You want me to cry? You mean the
Yeah.
last 5 minutes of Field of Dreams or
Yep.
all of Steel Magnolias?
Yep. Oh, that is such a good movie. That's a timeless one too. I mean, I guess not timeless, but that will never I think any generation would like that movie and should watch that movie because it's like you have the bitchy old ladies who are just
Mm-hmm.
like, if you can't say anything nice, come and sit with us. But they're the southern meanness. The
Mm-hmm.
bless your hearts. Oh, people think that's nice. No, we're actually saying fuck you. Um, it's like it's that movie, Steel Magnolias, is one of my all-time favorites. And again, a
Yeah.
great cast, and it just yeah. I think Steel Magnolias and Practical Magic, yes, they're very similar in that it is very female forward, and like
Mm-hmm.
you're not like you said, you're not mad at a man to make them this way. It's like, they're like, we're going to conquer what we have to conquer.
Sure. I mean, you know what the Bechdel test is, right?
No.
So there was a psychiatrist. Her last name was Bechdel, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And she came up with this theory about how to test a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If a certain amount of time goes on, or a conversation between two female characters that doesn't involve a man, or isn't like dependent upon a male character, it's just female to female conversation. Like, the sun's sure nice today. Yeah, it sure is. Talk about
Mm-hmm.
that for 5 minutes. You pass the Bechdel test. Because there were so
Interesting.
many movies back in the day where if you had two women talking, they were fighting over a man, or they were talking about how to get a man, or they were singing about how to get a man. It was all focused on, you know, the goal, which is get married and have those kids, America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we're kind of post Bechdel now. I would hope so, to where a movie with women is just a fucking movie, and they just happen to be women. The purpose of the plot doesn't have to be, let's, you know, get married. Let's
Right.
find our man.
Right. Although in Practical Magic, she did get married and find her man, but then he died due to the curse. So I'm curious how they're going to bring it back.
Death
I'm
by Bechdel.
curious. Yeah. I'm curious what the plot is going to be and how they're going. I mean, obviously Sandra Bullock's husband probably died. So I'm curious like what the whole thing is going to be. But I mean, I don't even care. I'm going to fucking watch this movie and I'm going to love it. Like Hocus Pocus 2, I was very excited about, and then it was a train wreck and I hated it. It was so bad. But I have high hopes for this one. Why are you giving me that look?
That's not for you. The little circle, the square around my head was flashing for some reason.
Oh, it's just picking up sound. That's all.
Yeah.
The other one that I'm going to bring up, it's not the trailer, but The Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out this Friday.
Uh-huh.
And I know that this has been hyped up and hyped up. I am nervous. Meryl Streep can do no wrong in my book. However, did they hype it up too much? And is it going to be as good? Because Anne Hathaway now seems to be like this big time exec and has her fashion empire. But I don't know. I'm excited. I would go to the theater to see it, but somebody conned me into having to work a shift, so I will not be there on Friday. But yeah, I think I'm curious to see what the reviews are afterwards, to see what people say about it.
That's weird, because usually when you see a legacy sequel that's like so many years later, you don't hope good things. I mean, you hope good things, but you don't expect good things. But the first Devil Wears Prada kind of sold itself as a lighter movie than it actually was. Like, she was really dealing with shit, and at the end she walked out and she was more about her own empowerment than just something so silly, you know. Although, wasn't her boyfriend Adrian Grenier in that?
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian Grenier.
Yeah, that was in that was post Entourage, right?
Maybe during. I feel like Entourage is one of those things like where I just assume that it started right when I got out of high school and college, and then ended maybe a year or two ago. Like, there's around 20 years where if you said a year, I'd be like, yeah, I guess Entourage was on during that time.
I'm gonna look it up, but he played more of an ancillary character in there. He was not a main character.
No,
So,
none of her antagonists were. I mean, yeah, she had the back and forth with him because he wanted her to be more, I don't know, part of the relationship as opposed to being career driven.
right.
Didn't he have some birthday party that she like didn't show up for?
She was on the phone or something,
Yeah.
And she fell in love and petty for a little bit.
Well, who doesn't? Emily did it constantly.
Oh, Emily, you're the worst.
You know, there's a formula for the legacy sequels now. And it's basically everybody that you loved and cared about in the first movie, their life has to have gone to absolute shit.
Yeah, because all of our lives have gone to shit since that movie came out. Right. So we need to keep our mirrors going.
But every legacy movie has done that, where it's just like things are not what they used to be, and it's harder now because the world has changed. I mean, even the shows do it. Scrubs did it when they brought the revival back, and it was, hey, we're in the digital age now. All these things are going on. Ghostbusters
Happy
did
Gilmore.
it. Happy Gilmore. Yeah, they just kind of go into that, and it's I feel like they could do it better where, hey, things were still good, but this whole new obstacle has come up that has nothing to do with our lives being sucky. I think actually the Beverly Hills Cop revival movie
I
did
didn't
it.
see that one.
It was good. I actually liked it. I thought it was good, but I think that was one of the few where he was still just being Axel Foley, doing his thing. It was actually refreshing
Favorite
to see that one.
Eddie Murphy role.
Ooh, that's a tough
There is
one.
a correct answer.
Donkey.
Okay, that's a good answer. It's a good answer. It's not the correct one.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
That is a deep cut and damn
Yeah.
close to it. That's a great movie. That is an underrated fucking movie.
I think Beverly Hills Cop is probably my favorite with him.
Correct answer is The Nutty Professor.
Oh, that was too much for me. There was too much chaos.
There's a lot of chaos.
It
I don't like
was.
chaos.
Hercules.
Yeah.
It's one of the most quotable.
That's
For
for
sure.
sure.
I
He
think it
played
shows.
like 6 roles.
Yeah. That's talent. He played 6 roles at one time and was feeding off of each one, which is great. But it was so chaotic that I was like, I can't do it. I can't.
Actually-
More of a Norbert girl, are you?
You know what though? Coming to America. That's
a
a
big
great
one.
one too. That
Oh.
really
So glow.
so
Ooh,
yeah, that
that-
one's great.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. That boy was
great.
good. Yeah, good, terrible.
That's such a great movie. And again, another one that's quotable. Like all the guys sitting in the barber shop. And the
He
one dude
kicked
tells
Joe Lewis's ass.
He's like, wait a minute. Taste this. Just taste the soup. Taste the soup.
Taste the soup. Taste the
Okay,
soup.
where's the spoon? Aha!
Arsenio
Alright.
Hall just killing it in that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any trailers that you're excited about that have dropped?
Doomsday is out. There's the Doomsday teaser is
Yep.
out.
Yep.
The Russo Brothers are back in charge for Avengers Doomsday. They're doing it more as a direct sequel to Endgame. I don't believe they're ignoring the multiverse saga, but this is kind of like, hey, if you didn't watch, everything with that, then you can still keep up with it.
Mhm.
It'll be palatable for the masses, and they know what they do. They know how to make a blockbuster.
Yeah.
True.
I'm very excited to go watch that movie. I think it's going to be good. I'm more excited for Secret Wars though. I know we're still a ways off from that one, but I'm very excited for Secret Wars. It was always one of my favorite comic book runs.
Yeah. The new Secret Wars was excellent.
Yeah. But they've done it a few times in the cartoons. I know Spider-Man did it in 97, I want to say. Anyway, in the 90s, they did Secret Wars. I think in the original Secret Wars, don't quote me on this, but I think in the original Secret Wars, that's when Spider-Man first became Venom.
Yeah, the first Secret Wars. That's when he picked up the symbiote, and it became his costume for a little while, then eventually became more aggressive.
Yeah, it was. It's a great story. So I'm very excited to see that one when it comes out. Avengers Doomsday, I want to watch because they're bringing back Thor and Captain America and Robert Downey Jr. in some form that we don't know yet. We know he'll be Doctor Doom, but why is it Robert Downey Jr.? We don't know.
Yeah.
So
it'd be nice to have an event movie. Like, I don't go to the movie theater unless it's something big. It's just too expensive. It's too much of a thing. I wish I did, because going to a film inside a movie theater with other people lets you enjoy it in a different way, but I don't. But if I've got something big, yeah, I'll go. Superhero movies, I'll always go.
Yeah, I know. I do like the good superhero movies, and I'm behind. I haven't watched Fantastic Four. I got to watch
fine.
Daredevil still. Yeah.
You definitely have to watch Daredevil.
I heard Fantastic Four was good. I just haven't sat down to watch it. I haven't watched the new Avengers yet. Or
We talking about Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I haven't watched some of those, so I've been a little bit behind, but they were like releasing stuff so fast. I was like, I don't have time to watch all this. Um,
It's
you
what
know,
happens when you have a child and a family and everything.
yeah. No, I know it gets much more difficult. We have to
Get
sit
your
down.
balls snipped. You can watch all the cartoon superhero stuff you want.
I did it over Christmas.
Well,
Um,
then you're in.
yeah, but damage is done. So here we are. Um, now it's a lot of like watching Cars. They love Cars. Um,
Everybody loves cars.
yeah,
Very
little
big. They
Cars.
talk.
Yeah.
Ka-chow.
Yep. What else? Yeah, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Watch a lot of that. Spidey and his amazing friends.
I hate that one. Does your kid like fantasy stuff?
A little bit depends. She
I'll send you something. I stumbled on this kids show called The Barbarian and the Troll.
okay.
It was on Nickelodeon. I think it only had like 2 seasons, but it was the most fun little puppets. It looked like Henson, and it was
Okay.
puppets, and they were. It was very Shrek in its adult humor, but it was also very palatable for children.
I'll have
I'll
to
send
check
you a
that out.
link. After this.
A lot of the Netflix kids movies get glossed over, but some of them have been really, really good. There was one called Leo that was an Adam Sandler movie. It was a Happy Gilmore.
I actually thought that was a great little movie.
It was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. And Bill Burr was the lizard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bill Burr.
I thought they did such a great job with that movie. And I'm like, why are we not hearing about these? We only hear about the Disney ones,
Did you see Sandler's daughter has a movie on Netflix now too?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, Netflix just owns Sandler, or Sandler owns Netflix. One way or the other.
He signed a big deal with them a while ago, and that's why you saw a bunch of Sandler movies coming out. I think he signed something like a 16-picture deal with Netflix. Yeah.
So we got Hubie Halloween.
Probably. I haven't seen that one. I kind of wanted to watch it. It looks stupid, but it looked fun.
Tim Meadows is funny in it, but the rest of it's like, Jesus Christ.
Tim Meadows is always funny.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
But no, there's been a few good ones on there for kids that I actually really enjoy. And I was like, this is it's different than the Pixar formula. So it makes me feel like I'm watching something new. But, I don't know. I don't discount the stuff coming out on Netflix, and that's kind of why I like Netflix is they do allow a lot more of directors to take ownership and say like, this is the movie I want to make, and less studio influence on what they're doing. They're not all going to be winners, but you know what? They will resonate with some people. What was that movie that came out with Chris Pratt with the robots? What was that called?
God, the electric something or another.
Yeah, the Electric State.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. As a sci-fi nerd, I enjoyed watching the movie. It was not for everybody, I'll say that, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was like a fun, different kind of world.
Pratt has walked over the Jared Leto line for me.
Where
I see him in something and I'm like, I don't care. I don't quite like you. If we find ourselves in the same room at a party, I'll find myself in another room. Like I really don't like him as a human.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
His politics are a big part of it.
Mm.
His very trad way of doing things. I don't know. Just not a fan. He was great in Parks and Rec, but I feel like, that's the guy you knew in college, and then you meet him again 10 years later, and you're like, oh, you got a job trading stocks? Oof.
I very much, I still enjoy a lot of his movies. I can't catch every single movie that he's doing, though, because he's been putting out a lot.
He's prolific.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of movies. And there's some that I've seen, like, trailers for that I do want to watch because they look interesting. But,
Plus
once
he left Anna Faris. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
And Anna Faris is amazing.
I know. That was sad. That was sad that we thought they were the couple. They were the couple.
Took her side in the divorce.
I didn't take sides, but I mean, I do love Anna Faris. I love her so much. I hope one day she comes on the show.
Bunny.
She is the house bunny. That was like one of her best roles.
She was good as a sorority girl.
Yes.
I enjoyed it very, very much.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. But yeah, Chris Pratt has been kicking out a lot of. It's kind of he went to me. So you say Leto, I say Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh
I
yeah, he's
feel.
up there for me now too. I think he's a piece of shit, and I don't want to watch him either.
I don't think he's a piece of shit. It's just he put out so many movies that it was like, there for a long time, every movie he was in, I was like, I pretty much enjoy, with the exception of Doom. It's like these are good movies. He's actually doing a good job, but then it became so many movies that it was like, okay, we're going to watch a rock movie. That's what it is.
Yeah, and
Um,
there's Kevin Hart.
yeah, yeah. There's Kevin Hart in there somewhere. Some of them are still pretty good, but I actually heard Red One was a very good movie.
You are incorrect.
You didn't like it?
No, I thought that was pretty dumb.
What did you? Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. I heard it was good.
it is. It looked like an. So we were just talking about the good things about Netflix. We should, counterpoint it. It looked like a Netflix movie. You
Okay,
can kind of tell sometimes where the background is kind of surreal. Like, it was filmed in a void, and that
sure.
s- certain palettes are there just because they pop, as opposed to just like it being a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, And it seemed like, hey, it's time to make a Christmas movie. All right, who can we put in here? The Rock. All right, let's make it a movie with Santa, and who can be Santa? Who can play Jack? Like, give me a fuckable Santa.
Yeah,
And then you got J.K. Simmons in there.
who I love, another great guy.
He's the voice of Omni-Man.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well, we're still waiting on Christmas Chronicles 3, so hurry up with that, Netflix.
Did you see the one with Will Ferrell and God?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
I didn't see that one. I really wanted to watch that. My wife was just not into it. I'm like, it's good.
Good.
Okay.
It's
All right.
good. The songs are fun. It's basically, a Christmas carol, but they subvert a couple of the themes throughout it, so it doesn't seem, too much. And the music's great. I think it was done by the same composer who did The Greatest Showman. So it's a lot
Really?
of that, like, big theatrical dance numbers, and
Can
both
you
of
do
them
that
held their
again?
own.
Can you make that move again? There you go. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Catch our
Maestro.
YouTube video to see Alex's dance moves. Yeah, no, I wanted to watch that one. Spirited Away. That's what it's called. It's called
Yes.
Spirited Away. Yes, no, I did want to watch that one. So I'll have to watch it this next
Mhm.
holiday season.
Well worth it. Well worth
Okay.
it. The closing song will get stuck in your head. If you liked The Greatest Showman, you will enjoy this.
Oh, I love The Greatest Showman.
It's great music.
2 year, I think I want to say it was 2 years ago when I got my Spotify Wrapped. It was basically the Greatest Showman soundtrack. That was my top like 5.
But let me go back to this, because we were all in the Dominican 3 years ago, and Adam and Sarah had never seen The Greatest Showman, and we're there for a family wedding, our cousins, and Kim, our cousin Abby, and myself, or well, Kevin, yeah, Cappy's his wife, we were obsessed with it, and we were like singing it and being obnoxious and everything. And Adam and Sarah like, I've never seen this. I've never seen this. So they had no idea how great it was. And then on the flight home, I think, is when they first saw it.
Yeah, I downloaded it in the hotel room. I was like, "We'll watch this on the flight home," and so I really like the music because they did this whole stage performance and everything with all the songs, and it was. And I was like, "Okay, I'm kind of into this." And then we watched it, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"This is good." The thing that ruins it for me though is knowing the truth about Barnum and Bailey, and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
much a piece of shit they actually were.
Such a piece of shit. P.T. Barnum was not a good person.
No, they exploited a lot of people, and yeah, and like watching the movie, it's like, oh, this is all happy about how the circus started, and it's like, kind of, yeah, no.
But it's a nice big musical. I mean, okay, so we interviewed the dude from Blue Moon, and I thought one of the core themes of that movie was the character thinking that they have kind of like made Broadway more palatable with Oklahoma. Like, it's just a bullshit. You're doing an opera about, or like a fucking musical all about the Old West. People are yee-hawing and they're dancing and it's stupid. Greatest Showman wasn't stupid, but it was very much palatable. You could
Mm-hmm.
serve that to anybody, no matter what their, you know, gluten allergy is of TV or movies. They will eat that and be like, oh, thank you. Zac Efron dancing with
So hot.
Zendaya.
Zendaya?
Zendaya.
Zendaya?
Tom
Zendaya.
Holland's girlfriend.
Are you guys watching Euphoria?
I have not started the new season yet. I have to watch it over at Steve's because I don't have whatever HBO or whatever it is.
HBO. I wanted to watch it the other day, but Molly and I still share an HBO account. And while we were on good terms, I didn't want her, and so you could see like what the other person's been
Yeah.
watching.
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to go, oh, Alex was watching Euphoria. He's just watching it for Sydney Sweeney's boobs. Which, to be fair, I would have.
That's
Oh,
fair. She's got some nice boobs.
she does have some very, very nice boobs. But I didn't see the first season, so I feel like that would be disingenuous to her boobs.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I should spend time with her boobs as they grow up.
I
yeah.
feel like there wasn't much boobage of her in the first as much as there was in the second.
Okay.
Possibly. Whatever, whatever brought her to the light, we love you, Sydney Sweeney.
She seems like she is very well aware of her time and place in this world. She's Pamela
Yes.
Anderson in 1998
Yep.
doing Barbed Wire. And
Yep.
you know what? Fuck yeah. Ride that goddamn shooting star as long as you have it.
Between
Yeah.
her and Sabrina Carpenter,
Mm-hmm.
just two beautiful women going off and doing their thing and leaning into their sexuality. Good for them.
Whatever,
are the
man. Sex has always sold.
They are the next generation of Brittany and Christina.
Ex-Tina. Thank you very
Ex-Tina.
much.
Yes.
Love me some Christina Aguilera. That girl had pipes.
She is an amazing. I think out of all of them, I will say that I think she is the best singer out
By
of
far.
that entire girl troupe. And she was like pushed down below Brittany. And I was like, but she's the talent. Like that girl can stand there and just belt. Like she's the talent.
I like Shakira.
Her hips were very truthful.
The belly dancing. It was good times for all of us. We're all like, you can do that with your body. That's great. I'm here for it.
What are you guys listening to these days? Are you stuck on anything? Ooh, here's a fun game. Do you have what do you listen to music wise? Like, do you have Spotify, Apple Music, or what?
Spotify, because then I can listen to the Spit Take
Everybody's
podcast.
got their phone with them right here?
Yeah.
Okay, pull it out. Don't fuck with it. Phone right here. Okay, so everybody can see it. See your screen. Oh yeah, you don't want your child
I gotta
there.
turn on my Spotify.
Okay, Spotify, and what song is playing?
Honestly, so mine, you can clearly see it is you might not be able to clearly see, but it is the last episode we did of the Spit Take podcast. So I was listening to it on the way home today.
Spotify.
Yeah, available on Spotify. But if you wanted to hear what song, I can tell you by my search history here. Oh yeah, last one I had listened to was "Womanizer" by Britney Spears.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter loves that song, and so when I drive her to daycare, she asks for it every day. I'm like, cool. So
I'm a womanizer. It's got a nice beat to it. It makes sense for a child. Not a good message.
No.
For a young lady. But all right, Steph, don't fucking play with it and put something cool on there. What song?
So I have my likes, my favorites, and I'll click on it and just shuffle through because this is years, right? So I'm actually embarrassed about this. It's still a great song, but I don't know if you can see it.
Well, touch it and you can make it bigger.
I don't know. It's whoever
Get it.
It's Whoever Broke Your Heart by Murphy Elmore.
Okay. Whoever Broke Your Heart by Murphy Elmore.
I don't know that one.
Well, maybe we cut this up for socials and we put that underneath it.
No, it's not a great. I mean, it was through my.
That song kind of sucks. I just listen to it all the time. Whatever.
It was through my. It's a good song. It's just it's not. It's like a slow song. It was through my breakup era, and so.
Hey, buddy, no judgment. I listen to a lot of Noah Kahan, like a lot.
Yeah.
Jason Isbell, like there's some sad ass fucking music on my phone. This is my happy indie mix, and I mean, Everybody Talks, Comeback Kid, Sedona, a lot of Bleachers. I talked about Bleachers to this kid in his 20s the other day, thinking that I was being the cool guy. He had no fucking clue. And I'm like, oh, he's one of the guys from Fun. Fun. No idea.
Mm-mm.
I think I just found a nerd.
Okay, so do this. Okay, different way to do this. Okay, go to the playlist that you put on when you either you're driving or when you work out. Your pick,
Okay.
whichever
Okay.
playlist you go to. Go to the last 3 songs that you added.
Okay.
See, all my playlists are built for me, but it's because I got a lot of likes. But I like this idea. I'm going to my last 3 likes.
Last 3 likes. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
So mine are Fever Dream by Alex Warren, which is a banger.
Okay.
Love that song. Plead the Fifth by Cooper Allen, and
Sounds
Devil
country.
You Know by Tyler Braden.
Sounds also country.
He says, but Plead the Fifth. So Cooper Allen, I discovered him on TikTok. Well, I didn't discover him, but TikTok discovered him for me. I wish I discovered him. But he was this man, like he would just riff things. Like they'd be like, all right, do something to this song. And he would just spew like out of nowhere. And he would just make these lyrics up as he goes, and they would change the song and they'd be like, okay. And he so talented, but he did this song, Plead the Fifth, and it's too like it's like I plead the fifth, da, 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 like whatever
Auld Lang
that.
Syne?
Yes, yeah, I think I don't know. Everybody should listen
The
to
song we sing at New Year's Eve.
it. I don't know if
May
it's Auld Lang
old acquaintance be
Yeah.
forgot.
I think that's what it is.
Auld Lang Syne.
Now I'm confusing myself, but either way, it's like it's a great song, and I randomly found it. It came up when sometimes I do like the daily drive, and it popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that." But I do like Cooper Allen a lot. He did a lot of mashups in the beginning, and now he's got his own.
So is he like a DJ then?
No,
The name
he's a
Cooper Allen
country.
just sounds like somebody with like a trucker hat
Yeah.
and an open-throated like plaid pearl snap.
Google him right now.
I bet he's gonna look exactly like that.
Yeah.
Does he talk about cold beer on a Friday night?
Yeah.
Pair of
He
jeans
is
that fit just
country.
right.
He is country, but he's talented. Like if you look at some of his old videos, yeah,
Look
he
at his
nailed it.
fucking backwards hat.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Wow.
But he looks so goddamn ridiculous. I'm sorry, bro, but that hairline does not support the backwards hat with the strappy thing. If you want to do a backwards hat and you've got that kind of hairline, I get it, I understand, but you got to wear it fitted.
But you should
'Cause then
listen to his music. Like he's actually very. Listen to
I'm
Plead.
sure he's excellent. I'm just being a bitch.
You're just jealous. Listen to Plead the Fifth when we get off of this tonight, and you'll be like, "Oh, I know what you're saying." So very talented man.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will make fun of him though.
Yeah. So the last 3 songs that I added to my driving playlist, because I don't really use the like playlist, I added Monster by Reckless Love, Golden by Huntrix.
Great song.
Great song.
It's a banger.
And I Think We're Alone Now by Tiffany.
I added that recently too.
Great song.
Did you see it on Reels or TikTok? Because I did recently, and I was just like, oh.
I didn't, but I love that song. You know what it always reminds me of is Ted, the first Ted movie, where what's his face? Yeah. Or what's his face is like dancing and everything. His dance is so funny, and I've replicated that at multiple bars. It's awesome.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I've got Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox. I want to be playing these while we're doing this.
Right.
Another Night by The Real McCoy.
Oh, see, I didn't like that song growing up.
Another night, another dream, but always
Great
you.
Song.
There's a fucking song to get away from a pedophile with. You can get on your skates. That's a skate night party right there.
Yeah, I didn't like it back then. I don't like it now.
Oh, love a good skate night where just all the Ace of Base kind of like skating rink songs.
Yeah.
We should start a Spotify playlist between the 3 of us so we can share songs back and forth. So when I get stoned and I randomly find, Justin like Towns Earl version of Can't Hardly Wait, which by the way is a great version, then I'll just bother you with them.
I'm
Should
down.
do that.
I need new music in my life.
My buddies and I do that. We have a thread, and like we're all over the country. You got one of them's in Nashville, one of them's in Portland, one of them's in Granbury still, and we just finding songs and throw them on there to like even kind of, hey man, how's your week been? Here's that, Regulators by Warren G.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm totally down. Alex, I'm going to task you with starting that.
Okay.
So what we'll wrap up with then is what you watching, Steph.
I actually in one night, I watched Running Point season 2.
Hell yeah.
If you don't know what that is, you should go check it out. Kate Hudson is the main character. Her dad bought a basketball team, the LA Waves, and her brother went to rehab. He was the president, went to rehab for a drug problem. And so she took over. So this is season 2, her taking over. Her brother Justin Theroux comes back after rehab, and it's like she's got 3 brothers. They all have their own issues. They're fucking
ridiculous.
hilarious. Like, Ness is an idiot and he makes me laugh, but there's a little bit of love story in there, but it's like all about her brother trying to come back and take over. Not to be a spoiler, but I watched it. I think it's like 9 episodes. I watched it in one night. They're all quick. The humor is great. I'm a Kate Hudson fan. Brenda's song is in there as well, and there's a point where Brenda Song and Kate Hudson are watching My Girl. And as we all know, Brenda Song is married to Macaulay Culkin. And Macaulay Culkin makes a cameo towards the end, too. So it's a feel-good show. It's got humor. It's got sex. It's like probably PG-13. I don't know. But definitely a fan.
So what's it called and what's it on?
Running Point, and it is on Netflix.
Yeah. And it's basically the show is about the little sister trying to prove that she belongs there running the company. That's the overall premise of the show, but they do it in a really fun way, and things just kind of seem to go wrong in like the Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of way. Things just kind of go wrong for her, and then she like finds some way to fix it. But it is a fun show, and I was telling you guys before this that friend of mine from work told me to watch it. She's like, I think it's your kind of humor. You'd like it. And we binge watched the first season in a day or two because it was so good and you just wanted to keep watching it. It was really funny. And I don't think it got enough credit because, I didn't see anything about it prior to being told about it by a friend.
Yeah, they actually, and they'll do a lot with, they'll reference their other movies. Like, at one point she goes, and that, my friends, is how you lose a guy in 10 days. Like, it's cute. It's funny, and it fits.
Little
It's not
meta
like,
humor.
Little
yeah,
winks.
yeah.
So you know not to take it too seriously.
Exactly. So I
That's
definitely
cool.
would
I can
recommend
respect that.
watching it. It's a
The
quick,
Josie and the
watch.
Pussycat breaking down of the fourth walls.
Yes. So
I have
what
no
are you
issues
guys
with that.
watching?
You know what? I had time today and I started watching and I'm 80% done with the new Running Man, the one with Glenn Powell.
Mm-hmm.
And it is terrible. It is truly I have watched movies my whole life. I took training in improv. I filmed my own stuff. This is the kind of movie I would make because I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure.
Because
Okay.
they don't know what they're doing.
Fair.
The tonally all over the map. The jokes are weird and at the same time funny, but not funny. And then right afterwards, like we're asked to take a child's cancer seriously. And Powell's playing this character that's supposed to be like angry all the time, but he's only angry like every third scene, which makes me think like the editing, they did a bunch of reshoots. And they're like, okay, we need you to be angry for this one.
Sure.
And then he's just like regular human. It doesn't make sense. And I know that they changed the ending because this one's supposed to be closer to the book or the short story.
Okay.
And it was a short story, right? Or was it a
I think it was a short story. It was
a Bachman, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So it was I believe it was a short story, but it was like that because Stephen King had his sci-fi side, which was the Bachman. And then the horror side was Stephen King. So, and I actually didn't know that when I was in love with the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of the movie,
which is totally different.
Yeah. But when I found out that Stephen King wrote the original story for it, I was blown away. I'm like, I didn't even think he did sci-fi, but I didn't realize that he had done it under a pseudonym.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I do know just through osmosis of, pop culture that it ends differently than the book. Like, can I spoil this for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Steph, you don't give a shit?
No, I'm fucking with my
She
mic.
hasn't
Go
been
for it.
listening.
I know. That's half of why
Is
I
she
called
doing?
her out.
I don't know if she's messing with the mic, doing her nails. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah. Well, he flies in the book. He flies a plane and crashes a plane into the headquarters of the network. And I think in the movie he does the same thing, but he bails out. And in the
Okay.
book he kills himself and just like doesn't give a shit.
No,
So
fair.
it's a much darker end. But can't kill Glenn Powell. He's America's sweetheart. He's the male Sidney Sweeney.
I like him so much.
He's got a nice pair of penises.
Yeah, he to me, so he hasn't quite broken out yet. Like, he's doing really well. He's making some good movies. He did Twisters, the new one.
Mhm.
That was good. But for me to be like a real breakout is like, you got to be in something when it's on TV. You're like, ooh, yeah, you know what? That's on. I'll watch it halfway through. Don't give a shit. I know the entire movie. I don't think he's had that movie yet. I think
He
he's
is
done
not
some,
synonymous with a character.
right. He's done some good work. I really enjoy the movies he's been in, but I haven't felt a connection to any of his characters yet where I'm like, I could rewatch this movie over and over.
Did you see the one that was like the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused? I
No.
think it's called like
No.
Everybody Wants Some.
Mm-mm.
He's in that. He's pretty charming in that. If you get a chance, it's interesting. I think it's a link later too. And it's basically like 1980 as opposed to 1977. And it's like some guys who are in college and college baseball team. And that's just everybody trying to get laid. It's kind of fun.
Fair. Okay. First time I
Okay.
had seen him was in Maverick. That was the first time I had seen Glenn Powell, and I was like, I looked at him, I'm like, who is this handsome man that's on the screen? Like, why
He's
is
very
he?
handsome.
I was
He is
like,
a
why is
very
he not
handsome
the?
man.
Why is he not the main actor of this movie? I like him a lot.
Too tall.
Yeah, he was great. I was like, I'm like, I like
Basically,
him.
Glenn Powell, if you want to get your ego blown up, you can come on Spit Takers and we will all just stare at you and tell you how good looking you are.
I think he's got plenty of people willing to do that. Now, if
Yeah.
we can get Glenn and Sydney at the same time.
There you go.
That's
Reach out to us, guys.
yeah.
Hit
Yeah,
that-
reach out to you. We're not going to
Smash
do the
that
work.
like button and
Yeah.
subscribe.
We're not going to put the work in. You guys got to reach out to us.
Yeah,
So.
this is not our side of things. Well, how about you, Adam? What are you watching?
So I watched a documentary over the weekend called Sky King, and it was a very emotional journey of a movie, about 2 hours long. But it tells the story of Richard Russell, also known as Bebo, who was working at a Seattle airport. I can't remember which airport specifically, but he was working at a Seattle airport as like kind of a ground guide and everything. And one day steals a plane. Doesn't have a pilot's license, has never flown before, gets in a plane, steals a plane, takes off. People are like, what the hell is going on here? Why is this plane just randomly up in the air? Can't, stop all flights. And so I started talking to this guy, and he's 29, I think, in the, so they're doing all the actual audio from the talk between the control tower and him. And, and he's sitting there saying like, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt anybody. It's just one of those days. He's like, I just want to take, and basically it's his mental breakdown. He has his mental breakdown. He takes a plane and he's just like, fuck it. This is what we're doing now. And I think the whole thing took about 3 hours roughly. So he's up flying this plane around and, talking to the control tower, and he's like giving all these things about like, yeah, life's just gone to shit. But it's really hard to watch because like his mom talks about him as a kid, just like this fun guy who would do anything for anybody, really hard worker, always, did the right thing type of situation. And, they're showing videos of him as like little kid and in high school and just like, being a genuinely decent person. And it kind of blew everybody away that he would even go and do this. And apparently there was a huge following behind it because it was a strong like mental health like basically the man beat this kid down, right?
Did he crash the plane and die?
He did. He
Okay.
did.
Oh,
Yes. So yeah, he did, in the end, he did die. So he towards the end of his flight, he's like, you think this thing can do a barrel roll? And the guy in the
Do a
tower is like,
barrel roll.
yeah, yeah, Star Fox, good one. But yeah, he's like, do you think this can do a barrel roll? And the control tower is like, no, it's not designed to do that. You can't do that. And he does it. He does a barrel roll with the plane and survives. And then they're trying to get him to land kind of on this island, and he runs out of fuel and just crashes.
oh,
So it was very sad. I mean, me and my wife both had tears in our eyes watching this, because it's just like you saw what happened to this guy just being beat down, and hearing the story his friends were telling. Like, well, he was working as an air traffic, or as the ground guide or whatever, and he was telling his boss, hey, I want to move up, I want to do more, I want to, how do I do that? And he's like, and his boss tells him, well, you can go get a degree. If you get a degree, like, then you can start moving up. So he's working full time, he's married, he's working full time, he's going to night school, so he's doing all these things. He gets his degree, and then they tell him, no, we're not going to give it to you. And so, like, he just spent all this money, did all these things, and basically just one day just was like, I've had enough of being kept down and everything, and that's it, fuck it, I'm stealing this plane. And he figured out how to fly that plane watching, I think he said, YouTube videos. Like,
They are helpful.
And I was like, wow. I'm like, very good. So he's a very intelligent kid, but you can just tell in his voice, like, he's just like given up on the world. And
yeah.
he's like doing it in like a humorous way almost about him. Like, if me or Alex were to steal a plane, the things we would say would be,
I would make jokes on the way down.
Right.
and he made
Right.
jokes.
It's
He's like,
funny.
I was going to say, one of the lines he says, so he's up there, and I remember hearing the audio back when this happened. I remember it being played and being like, that's pretty funny. But one of the things he says is, God, where was I going with that? So, he says, the guy's like, yeah, he's like, you're doing a pretty good job flying that plane and everything. And he's like, you think these guys might give me a job if I land this? And he's like, maybe they might give you a job. And he's like, nah, he's like, they're going to throw me in jail for life. He's just, and it was good. It was, but again, it was a very emotional journey of like seeing just a man crumble.
Right.
It's interesting. We are watching three very different things.
Yes.
We
Isn't
are.
that fun?
It's good. It's variety.
It
It's
is.
the spice of life.
Mm-hmm.
Chef's kiss.
But I highly recommend watching Sky King, and it's like, I think it's something that a lot of
What
people
was it
can
on?
relate to. It's it was on
I think it was
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, it was Hulu.
Yeah. I was gonna
So-
watch it. You text us, and then I was like, "Ooh, you know what? It's kind of late. I don't feel like being depressed right now, so I'm going to not do that. I'm gonna watch Running Point instead."
It's a battle we're all going through.
If you want to watch something fun and lighthearted with the girl from Almost Famous, Running Point on Netflix. If you want to watch something terrible, you've got Running Man on Prime. And if you want to see what it's like when people reach their breaking point in close vicinity of air traffic, watch King of the
Sky
Sky.
Sky King. Yep.
Not Sky High, the very
No.
good children's movie
I love
about
it.
Very good.
superheroes.
Got
That's a fun
robbed of a
movie.
sequel.
Ah. Next
good.
week on Spit Takers.
Yeah.
Things that should have been sequels.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Fun.
fun one.
That
Let's
is
do that
fun.
next week. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
all write our own sequel.
All right. I'm going to text it to you guys now so we remember it. But
You
Yeah,
think
it's
we're
a good
gonna
call.
remember that in a week? You know how many text messages come through this phone
I,
every day? It's ding 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 ding.
but
ding,
if
ding,
I
and
put
I'm
a
like,
We
record of
get
it,
it, Steph.
we
You're
can go
pretty. God.
but see, we'll all three of us put our minds together. We'll all be able to remember that I sent a text saying
About what?
we're
something
talking
about
about
sequels.
things that should
Sequels
have
that
had
were
a
never
sequel.
made.
Sequels that were never made. What sequel do we propose?
Well, we'll talk about that next week.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
you got to come up
What
with
do I
something.
want?
But I think that's it. Steph, any last words?
No. Meh. Interested to see how the Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out, and also please go like my Instagram reel I just posted. It's really funny, and I really need the likes. Thanks.
Awesome. Alex, anything from you?
When I was young, I thought that life was so simple, but then I got high.
Fair.
Method Man.
I
Adam?
like it. Buy a weed blowtorch. They're awesome. They're awesome, and you can weed your patio in minutes.
I'm going to weed my patio as soon as we get off this call.
You sure are, buddy.
Wink.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Spit Take podcast. We will catch you next week where we'll be talking about sequels that never got made.
Bye.
Later.